Am I the a-hole? My boyfriend cut me off for talking to the mother of his child. Basically, my boyfriend has completely cut me out of his life for speaking to his ex-girlfriend without his knowledge. I would never normally do anything like this, but I made the decision to do it as I became pregnant by him and was extremely concerned about his reliability. The pregnancy was an accident, and we'd only been together 4 months. I didn't know anyone else in his life. He has a child already in another country. He has never been part of the child's life. He blames personal circumstances for being unable to be part of her life or contribute. He says he tried to make enough money to contribute for 5 years, but life was hard, so he moved to the UK, where I met him. At that point, he started contributing. He told me the mother had cut him out, and he was trying to build a relationship with her. I've done okay for myself, but he was living with his mother and earned half of what I did. He was a nice enough person, but I felt a lot like he was treating me like a convenience rather than anyone he was serious about. His words and actions didn't really match. I chose, after much deliberation over whether to keep the baby, to contact his ex. I immediately regretted my decision and tried to delete the message and block her, but about a week later, she tracked me down on my work email and was more than happy to talk to me. She told me she gave him the option of being all in or all out. They weren't in a relationship, and she chose to keep the baby as she'd had an abortion when she was younger. He chose to be all in and then failed to show up to scans. She went through the whole pregnancy by herself. When the child was born, she let him know, and he said once more he wanted to be involved. She drew up a parenting plan, and he then couldn't contribute due to having no money. Eventually, he stopped visiting his daughter, claiming he was pushed out, and 3 years later she got in touch with him to ask for help with medical expenses when his daughter was sick, but he couldn't help. His story was basically that none of it was his fault, and it didn't seem right to me, which is why I asked. I know what I did was wrong. I broke his trust and betrayed him, and that's why he has cut me off. He told me that I had done untold damage to his relationship with his daughter, although she doesn't know he exists, and to the bridges he's trying to build. The child's mother was angry when she found out he's been going on holiday with me, but told me that none of it surprises her, and it's just confirmation for her. By the time I spoke to her, I'd decided to have an abortion. She tracked me down on my work email somehow about a week and a half after I had sent the message. At that point, he'd told me he couldn't be there for me if I chose abortion, and she offered me support and checked in on me daily, insisted I have video calls with her, and messaged me several times a day. It wasn't my intention to strike up a friendship with her, but I did. He found out and basically was furious and just cut me off completely. I don't want to be unaccountable for my actions. I did try to apologize, but he wasn't having any of it and told me that I had destroyed his life and ruined chances of being in his daughter's life in the future. I'm not really sure how to deal with the guilt, to be honest. I feel as though I've been left to pick up the pieces after the abortion. If I'd gone ahead with the baby and he'd let me down, it would have left me broke, and I didn't want to be a single mother. Am I the a-hole?